Rockies going right back to where it all began in 2020. A return to San Diego and Petco Park. 6th series of the year for the Rockies, and already their 3rd against the San Diego Padres, who have allowed the fewest hits in the major leagues. Dinelson Lamet gets the start for San Diego today. Right now, Padres are first place in the NL West with a 10-6 record. Rockies 8-7 now after taking 2 of 3 from the Diamondbacks in Arizona, the first stop on their road trip. Nelson Lamet making his 4th start of the year, 16 1/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 9 walks. That's high, 153 whip. See that ERA sitting at 3.86. 1-2 is his record on the year. David Dahl is going to lead things off for the Rockies, hitting .213 on the year with a couple RBIs. Still looking to get on a consistent hot stretch is Dahl. First pitch from Lamet is taken for a strike with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. First series of the year saw the Rockies and Padres split their series in San Diego. Dahl pulls one foul. And here comes an 0-2. That's taken low and away with a curveball now. Lamet, in his previous start against the Rockies this year in that first series of the season, pitched well through the first few innings of work, then kind of saw his command get a little lost as he continued to press on in that game. Dahl swings, lifts a high fly ball towards center field, going back on this one, and getting there to make the catch is Lagares for out number 1. Rest of that starting lineup for the Rockies after Dahl is the shortstop Trevor Story, batting 3rd in right field Charlie Blackmon, batting cleanup the 3rd baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting 5th, he's got his batting average up to 300, is Daniel Murphy at first base. Batting 6th, the 2nd baseman Ryan McMahon. Batting 7th in left field is Raimel Tapia as Ian Desmond gets his first day off of the year. Batting 8th, the catcher Tony Wolter is just activated off the injured list today. He's going to catch. And batting 9th, your starting pitcher today is Chichi Gonzalez. Chichi was originally set to start Sunday's game, Easter Sunday game in Arizona, but with Freeland returning from the IL, everyone was pushed back a day. Trevor Story 1 for 3 with an RBI double in that game on Sunday. The only run scored for either side as the Rockies won 1-0. And that was a day game after a 14-inning night game on Saturday evening, so that day off on Monday was really needed for these Rockies. Story swings, lifts a high fly ball to left. Back is Pham, and in front of the track, he makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Charlie Blackmon, 204 with a home run on the year. Still a bit of a slow start for the first 3 batters in the Rockies order, even though Arenado and Murphy have certainly got it going. And McMahon as well. Though he struggled a little bit in the last couple games of that series in Arizona. It was really on a very hot stretch from the time the Rockies went to LA through that, really the first game in Arizona where he hit a home run, 4 home runs in that stretch for McMahon. Pitch number 10 of the day will be coming from Lamet. It's a 2-0 to Blackmon, and it's swung on and ripped towards right center field. This one's deep in the gap, and at the wall, that ball is gone. Home run for Charlie Blackmon gives the Rockies a 1-0 lead. That's his 2nd home run of the season. And the Rockies will play in front early here in San Diego on this Tuesday. 414 feet off the bat for Blackmon, 106.6 mile-per-hour exit velocity. And you could tell he put a charge into that one from the moment the bat made contact with the ball, and that got out of here by a good margin. Here's Nolan Arenado now, 1-0 Rockies. Arenado, 1150 OPS on the year, hitting .345, 5 home runs, 12 driven in, really on an MVP trajectory. Too early to talk about that right now, but Arenado, we know what he's capable of. First pitch from Lamet is taken for a strike with a slider. Arenado, 1 hit in 5 at-bats in his career against Lamet. Very small sample size. Here comes an 0-1, and that's taken outside with a breaking ball. And that one's low with a two-seam fastball at 95. Predictable fastball count now for Arenado. See what he gets on this 2-1 from Lamet. And it's swung on and missed. Breaking ball that time. Arenado pulled the trigger a bit too early. 1-0 Rockies after the Charlie Blackmon solo home run with 2 outs here in the first. And here comes a 2-2 to Arenado. That's taken high and tight with the fastball. Full count with Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. I mentioned Murphy's had quite a road trip so far. Really started at that series in in Colorado against San Diego. He's up to 300 with his batting average now. Arenado swings, lines one towards center field. Going back on this one is Lagares, and he's at the track, and he'll make the catch. That'll retire the side. Charlie Blackmon, though, puts the Rockies on the board first with a solo home run to deep right center field. It's 1-0 Colorado going to the bottom of the first. Chichi Gonzalez makes his third start of the year. He's looked good through his first 11 innings pitched. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. His ERA sits at 2.45, 9 hits allowed, and a whip of 1. 1-0 the record on the year for Chichi Gonzalez. Got a couple extra days of rest with Kyle Freeland being activated and starting the game on Sunday. Juan Lagares will lead off this ballgame. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, still just hitting 188 on the year. So he has not really got things going since the last time we saw him, which is not too long ago, just a couple series ago. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. See Raimel Tapia out there in left field getting the start today. Ian Desmond's first day off of the year. He's in a bit of a slump. The batting average has dropped below the Mendoza line for Desmond. Lagares takes a pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Chichi Gonzalez gets ready to deliver an 0-2, and that's swung on and fouled out of play. Good to see Tony Wolters back in there. For a time we saw Elias Diaz, Kyle Freeland, and Tony Wolters all on the injured list at the same time. Rockies now back at full health. There's a swing and a foul out of play. It remains 0-2 on Lagares. Drew Butera being optioned back to AAA. He is at the stage in his career where Butera cannot be optioned without his consent, but he elected to remain in the organization. Fly ball to center. Dahl camping under it makes the catch for out number 1. Here's the rest of the Padres starting lineup. After Lagares in center, it's Hosmer at first base. Batting third, the left fielder Tommy Pham. Batting cleanup at shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting fifth. That is the third baseman, Manny Machado. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Will Myers. And Brian Dozier and Francisco Mejia. There's a strike on the outside corner to Eric Hosmer. 340 on the year with 2 home runs. Still looking at a hot start to his season. And the 0-1 is taken just a bit outside. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now on Hosmer. 1-2 pitch coming, and that's taken outside with a changeup. 2-2 count now on Eric Hosmer. Chichi Gonzalez getting ready to deliver his 10th pitch of the day, and it's swung on and fouled out of play. Two-two coming now, and that's inside with a fastball. Tommy Pham waiting on deck as the count goes full on Eric Hosmer. Eric Hosmer, former member of the Kansas City Royals for a long time to start his career, came up with pretty good fanfare as a prospect. 3-2 coming now, and that swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Chichi Gonzalez. That'll bring up Tommy Pham. He's still hitting .333 on the year. Good start to the year for Pham. Takes the pitch low. Looking at some scores around baseball, Nationals beat the Mariners 15-1 today. Juan Soto hit a couple home runs in that game. Another big scoring game. Twins beat the Blue Jays 12-3. As this 1-0 pitch is taken outside. Miguel Sano hit a couple more home runs. He already had a two home run game earlier this year. That puts him at 8 on the year now. And a 2-0 pitch will be coming to Pham. And that one's high, 3-0 now. Waiting on deck is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's on a bit of a hot stretch. Remember, he was struggling to get to the Mendoza line. He's above 200 and above 230 now. And the 3-0 is taken for a strike with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Chichi into his motion. The windup and the 3-1 pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Now from 3-0, the count goes full on Tommy Pham, former member of the Cardinals and Rays, traded over here to the Padres this offseason. Chichi Gonzalez gets the sign he likes. The 3-2 is swung on and fouled off. Here comes a 3-2 that's swung on and chopped foul. One more time, a 3-2 pitch from Gonzalez to Pham is swung on and grounded to short. On the backhand is Story. Throws to first, and that'll retire the side. We're through an inning of play. 1-0 Rockies. There, Daniel Murphy leads off against a Nelson Lamet. First pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field. A base hit leadoff single here in the second inning for Daniel Murphy. Rockies offense struggled a little bit in that series against the D-backs. They've struggled a lot of this year, to be quite frank. But Rockies hopefully will get another scoring opportunity here in the second inning. That'll bring up Ryan McMahon. And that pitch is taken inside of the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. McMahon, 228 on the year, 4 home runs, 12 driven in. Pitch from Lamet is taken inside, 2-0. McMahon's 228 batting average ranks third on the Rockies, so some work to do for a lot of players in this Rockies lineup. 2-0, that swung on and missed, got him to chase a fastball. McMahon expecting something else. If you get a chance to check out purplerow.com, yesterday Chet Gutwine published an article about the latest Sim Rockies stats. 2-1 coming to McMahon is taken for a strike. It's a very good article by Chet, who talks about the 3 true outcomes. 3 true outcomes are plate appearances that do not involve fielding, so strikeouts, walks, and home runs. Rockies hitters have historically not excelled in those rate categories. Finished the bottom half of baseball in strikeout rate, walk rate, and home run rate over the last 3 seasons, except for 2018. They had a home run rate that was 3.4%, good for 8th in all of baseball that season. And so far in 2020, in our simulation, the Rockies are improving on those 3 true outcome stats. As Rockies' offense has not been what it could or should be the past few seasons. 3-2 is swung on and fouled out of play to McMahon. So far this year, they have had a 2% decrease in strikeout rate and almost a 3% increase in walk rate. There's a pitch low and away and a walk to Ryan McMahon. That puts the first 2 on for the Rockies here in the second. Home run rate is a little bit down, but that might just have to do with some slumping to start the season. Raimel Tapia getting his second start of the year, got a start in that series in Arizona. 143 on the year for Tapia. Brief sample to work with there. First pitch from Lamet to Tapia is swung on and lined on the backhand. The shortstop Tatis goes to second for 1 and back to first. That's a double play. Murphy will advance over to third. He's there with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Tony Wolters getting his first plate appearance since being activated from the injured list. Perfect positioning there to get Tapia. Nicely started by Tatis. Here's Wolters now. He was hitting very well on a 5-game hitting streak. 350 average and an 850 OPS by the time he was placed on the injured list. Had to go down with a lat muscle strain, but he is good to go now. First pitch here is taken down and in. Very good series, that first series of the year in San Diego. So 7 for 20 on the year for Wolters. This 1-0 is taken high. 2-0 now on Wolters. Also from Chet's piece, he talked about two players who the Rockies are hoping to see breakouts from this year, David Dahl and Ryan McMahon, and where they're looking at in terms of those three true outcomes. Wolters swings, grounds one into right field, a base hit, and Murphy will score RBI single for Tony Wolters, who continues his hot start to the year. That injured list stint did not cool down his bat. It's 2-0 Rockies. And Larry Rothschild, first-year pitching coach for the Padres, will step out to the mound. Longtime Yankees pitching coach. Make sure Lamet is calmed down. He's at 30 pitches here now through 1 2/3 innings. Chichi Gonzalez will be the batter. First pitch from Lamet is taken outside with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Velocity not a concern today for Lamet. Chichi looking for his first hit on the year. That swung on and ripped foul. Chichi was ready for that one. But also from Chet's piece, so he looked at the early numbers on David Dahl. His power has not yet shown up. He hasn't hit a home run. He's hit a fair share of doubles, as there's a pitch down and in, but good numbers in terms of strikeout to walk rate, even though it has been a rough start in terms of batting average and power for Dahl. Strikeout rate has dropped 4.5% from 2019. Almost as impressive. He's gained a walk rate of about 3.5%. This is all very early, but that's something to build off of for Dahl for sure. Swinging a foul out of play by Chichi Gonzalez. McMahon, throughout his career, 44% of his plate appearances have resulted in either a strikeout, walk, or home run. So right now he's cut down on his strikeouts. Also has got a home run rate up to 6.6%. There's a ground ball to third. Machado throws to first. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Rockies. Fernando Tatis Jr. leads off the bottom of the second inning. 236, 2 home runs on the year for him. First pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Tatis 4 for his last 11 at the plate. That's a .364 average over the span of 3 games. 0-1 coming, and that swung on and fouled out of play quickly. 0-2 on Fernando Tatis Jr. Finishing up that point about 3 true outcomes with Ryan McMahon. His walk rate has dipped down early on this year, but his career rate is 10.3%, and we're expecting it to get to about the same place. Hitting for good power early on this year is McMahon. So check out Chet Gutwein's full piece over at purplerow.com to see a full compilation of statistics through Sunday's game. We're going to try and get an update out every Monday with stats through Sunday's games. There's a swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Chichi Gonzalez, first out here in this bottom of the second inning. A lot of players for the Rockies crossing the 50 plate appearance plateau. Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, David Dahl, Ian Desmond, all doing that. Ryan McMahon, Daniel Murphy, and Trevor Story. Manny Machado will be the batter, batting 5th, playing third base. First pitch is taken outside with a fastball. .214 with a couple home runs on the year for Machado. .1,212 career hits across parts of 8 seasons for Machado, longtime member of the Baltimore Orioles. Then a brief stint with the Dodgers when he was traded a couple years ago at the deadline. And now with these Padres where he's signed to a long-term deal. Swinging a foul out of play. Chichi Gonzalez throwing a lot of strikes early in this one, going right after Padres batters. And that is good news, because the Rockies are off to a 2-0 lead. Don't need any base runners if you can avoid them. And walks will haunt. However, they did not haunt Kyle Freeland in Sunday's ball game. Walked 5 batters across 6 2/3 innings. Did not come back to hurt him. Swing and a miss, and Machado strikes out. Third strikeout of the game for Chichi Gonzalez, not really known as a strikeout pitcher. He's gotten 3 already, and we're through an inning and 2/3. Bud Black's got to like what he's seeing from Chichi Gonzalez today. Will Myers, the batter, .231 average with a couple home runs on the year. Funny how that goes when he's not playing the Rockies. His batting average has dropped down all the way to .231 after it was about .333 the last time we saw him just a couple series ago. Both of those home runs on the year coming against the Rockies. I believe all 11 RBIs are against them as well. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is swung on and chopped back towards the mound. Chichi's got it. He throws to first, and that'll retire the side. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Chichi Gonzalez. We are through 2. It's 2-0 Rockies. Let's go to the third. Top of the order due up for the Rocks. David Dahl on the top of the order leading it off for the Rockies here in the third inning. 0 for 1 in this game. Dahl flied out his first time up. First pitch from Dinelson Lamet is taken outside with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 for 4 with a base hit in the ball game on Sunday. So Dahl has a hit now, has a hitting streak, but pitch inside. He had multi-hit games in 3 straight games in which he has started. That came to an end with only the 1 hit on Easter Sunday. 2-0 pitch now coming from Lamet. And that's taken low. 3 balls and no strikes. You can see Trevor Story waiting on deck here in San Diego. And here comes a 3-0. That's taken low. Ball 4. He walked him. 4-pitch walk to lead off this third inning for Lamet, who's fighting it a little bit out there today early. Couple runs across the board, 1 each of the first 2 innings for the Rockies. And here is Trevor Story now. You can see some really rough numbers to start the year, but the last 2 games in Arizona, Story was responsible for the big hit in both of them. Had the go-ahead 2-run home run in the 14th inning of the ballgame Saturday, then the go-ahead double in the 8th inning to give the Rockies a 1-0 win on Sunday. 0 for 1 today, flyout for Story. First pitch from Lamet is outside. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 5 straight misses out of the zone for Lamet to start this third inning. Story 2 for 11 in his career against Lamet. Rockies have now seen every member of the Padres starting rotation. Chris Paddock, Joey Lucchesi, Dinelson Lamet, Garrett Richards, and Zach Davies on the year. Here comes a 1-0. And that swung on and missed. Story trying to launch at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Comes up empty, and that'll put an end to the 5 straight pitches out of the zone for Lamet. Here's a 1-1 now, and that swung on and pulled foul down the left field line. 1-2 the count on Trevor Story. And that's strike 3 called. He got him on strikes. Story could not pull the trigger, and that's out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Dinelson Lamet comes here in the third. Well, Ben Kuchnerkavich of Purple Row along with you. Want to let you know this broadcast is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. First pitch to Charlie Blackmon is swung on and grounded towards short. Tatis goes to second for 1, back to first, and that's an easy inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Rockies are held scoreless for the first time in this ballgame, and it's 2-0 Rockies going to the bottom of the third. Leading off the bottom of the third, we have Brian Dozier. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, hitting .259 with a home run, so he's doing a little bit better than the last time we saw him. Got a World Series ring with the Washington Nationals last year. Former Minnesota Twin, former Los Angeles Dodger. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is taken for a strike. Lots of strikes today from Chichi Gonzalez. Dozier, also a very good defender, won the Gold Glove Award in 2017 for his efforts at second base. 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2 on Brian Dozier. And here comes an 0-2. That's taken low. Changeup. Missed out of the zone. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Foul the other way. Here comes a 1-2, and that's swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. It's deep, but it's going to hook foul. Oh, Toppy is going to get there to make the catch. And that's out number 1. Thought for sure that was headed towards the seats. Francisco Mejia will bat now with an out. Still hitting .333 on the year. He's got a 5-game hitting streak. 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. So not just the Rockies are suffering from the mighty bat of Francisco Mejia to start this year. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is taken down and in. 15 hits for Mejia on the season. You can see a pull shift on for him, the switch hitter, batting lefty against the righty. McMahon playing on the outfield grass. And that's taken low and outside, 2-0. Offering now is outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Haven't seen many 3-ball counts from Chichi Gonzalez today. Here comes that 3-0 now, and that's right in there for a called strike. Mejia, a big 3-run home run in the first game of the season off of Carlos Estevez. Then in Game 3 of that series to start the year in San Diego, tied the game in the bottom of the 9th with a home run off Wade Davis. Pitch low, ball 4, he walked him. 1-out walk now, that'll bring up the pitcher's spot for the Padres. And Dinelson Lamet. Bunting situation for Lamet. Chichi into his motion, looks over his shoulder, and gets ready to deliver a pitch. And it's popped up in the air, and right there to make the catch is Chichi Gonzalez for out number 2. Not a good bunt by Lamet. That'll turn the lineup over for the Padres. Juan Lagares will be the batter. He's 0 for 1, flied out his first time up. Rough start to the year for Lagares, who's getting everyday leadoff action for San Diego. First pitch is taken outside, ball 1. Lagares' 7-year career, former New York Met, made some excellent highlight reel catches in center field for the Mets. 1-0 pitch coming, and that's taken for a strike at the knees. Here's a 1-1. That's swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. Coming in is Blackman. He'll get there and make the catch. Almost overran it. That'll retire the side. We're going to the 4th inning. Arenado, Murphy, and McMahon due up. Nolan Arenado leads off this 4th inning, .339 with a .435 on base percentage, .696 slugging percentage, and in his excellent start to the year, he lined out his first time up, so he is 0 for 1. So he's due. Had a 0 for 4 game on Easter Sunday. First pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Arenado now 1 for 6 in his career against Lamet after that out that he made his first time up. Here comes an 0-1 now. And that's taken outside with a slider. Check swing pitch outside. Arenado did not go. Here's the 2-1, and that's taken low with a fastball. 3 balls and a strike now with Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. Murphy's got that batting average now up to .311. Again, just a week ago, it was not at 200. What a stretch it has been for Daniel Murphy on a tear right now. 3-1 pitch to Arenado is swung on and missed. The count goes full. Next pitch will be number 50 of the day for Dinelson Lamet, who's had to pitch in some stressful situations early on in this game. Arenado swings and belts one to left. Way back and gone. 3-0 Rockies. Arenado absolutely sandblasted that one. 6th home run of the year for Arenado. That is the team lead. Three-0 Rockies now. 449 feet off the bat of that blast. 107.9 mile per hour exit velocity. This one will be fun to watch again. Absolute moonshot. Lamet knew it as soon as it was hit. So did left fielder Pham and center fielder Lagares, who did not bother to even turn and watch those. Daniel Murphy, the batter now. Got to hit his first time up. He takes first pitch strike on the outside corner. That swung on and slashed foul the other way, off of the screen there. Couple home runs over Murphy's last 6 games, his first 2 on the season. All coming on that last homestand at Coors Field. 0-2 pitch is taken down and in with a slider. And here comes a 1-2. That swung on and chopped weakly towards third base. Machado barehand throw to first and got him. Outs out number 1 here in the 4th. Flashy play there by Manny Machado. Ryan McMahon will be the batter. He drew a walk in his first plate appearance of the game. That was in the 2nd inning. Good start to this series for the Rockies. Strike on the outside corner to McMahon. It's 0-1. McMahon, 1 for 7 in his career off Lamet. Not a whole lot of flashy numbers for the Rockies up and down this order against Lamet, but they've been getting it done. There's a swing and a miss. Really tied up McMahon with a breaking ball inside, and it's 0-2 now. O2 pitch coming from Lamet to McMahon, and it swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2. Second strikeout of the day for Lamet. I'll leave it up to Raimel Tapia. Tapia grounded into a double play his first time up. First pitch from Dinelson Lamet is taken high and away. Tapia grounded out his first time up. 2 for 15 start to the season for him. Looking for a bit of a rebound. Two and 0 now the count. And that pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Here's the 2-1 now. That's taken low and away. 3 balls and a strike. Tony Wolters waiting on deck. It's taken for a strike. The count goes full. And inside, ball 4, he walked him. 2-out walk to Tapia. That'll bring up Tony Wolters, who's off to a tear to start the year. Got a base hit his first time up, RBI single. 8 for 21 start to the season for Wolters, just fresh off the IL today. First pitch is check swing and a pitch inside. Wolters held up as Jace Tingler, first-year manager for the Padres, lays down the signs. That's just a bit inside, 2-0. Jace Tingler is upset in the Padres dugout, yelling out to the umpire, saying that's a ball. That's not a ball, it's a strike. Rather, that's a ball? The question mark is what he was saying. Throw to first to drive back Tapia. "2-0 is way inside. 3-0 now on Wolters. Pitcher spot, Chichi Gonzalez waiting on deck. And that's just a bit high. Ball 4, he walked him. Couple runners on now for Chichi Gonzalez, with 2 outs here in the 4th. Cal Quantrill now warming up in the Padres bullpen. Chichi Gonzalez grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 5 on the year. The pitch is swung on and missed. 24 pitches this inning for Lamet. Half have been strikes, half have missed the zone, and next pitch will be number 69 of the day for Chichi Gonzalez. 4 to Nelson Lamet, 2 Chichi Gonzalez, rather. Chichi's pitch count in much better shape. 0-1 pitch is taken outside with a slider. One offering is swung on and missed. Got Chichi to chase a fastball outside. There's Quantrill. In case Jace Tingler needs to make a move here. Here's the 1-2. That's swung on and missed. He got him on strike. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, but not before Nolan Arenado. It's his 6th home run of the year. An absolute blast towards left center field, no doubt about that one. 3-0 Rockies going to the bottom of the 4th. Eric Hosmer will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Struck out his first time up. That was back in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Haven't been able to say that a whole lot this year for Eric Hosmer. Is off to quite a nice start to the year after a couple of seasons where the Padres are looking for a little more from him. First pitch misses just a bit inside. 17 hits for Hosmer, ranked 2nd on the Padres. One 0 offering is taken high and away. That one's going to miss inside. 3 balls, no strikes on Hosmer to lead off this bottom of the 4th with Tommy Pham waiting on deck. And here comes a 3-0 now. That one's going to miss low and a leadoff 4-pitch walk to Eric Hosmer from Chichi Gonzalez. Next pitch of the day will come to Tommy Pham, and it'll be the 50th of the day for Chichi Gonzalez. Pham grounded out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch is going to miss outside. 5 straight out of the zone now for Chichi Gonzalez, who has not struggled with command so far today. Hopefully not a trend here, those first 5 pitches. 1-0. That's going to miss outside. 2-0. 20 hits for Pham on the year. That's first on the Padres. You mentioned Hosmer ranked 2nd. Here's the 2-0. That's inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Now 7 straight misses for Chichi Gonzalez. Fernando Tatis Jr. is waiting on deck as it's a 3-0 count on Tommy Pham. That's going to miss. So 8 straight out of the zone. 2 4-pitch walks to start this 4th inning. As Chichi Gonzalez is starting to fight it a little bit out there on the mound. Fernando Tatis Jr. will be the batter. He struck out his first time up back in the second inning. And that swung on and lifted in the air towards center field. It's fairly deep, but Dahl's going to have a play. Makes the catch for out number 1, and the runners will have to stay put. That'll bring up Manny Machado. He's 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the second inning. Still looking to get things going on the year is Machado. First pitch is swung on and flared towards right center field. That ball is going to get down. And that ball is going to one-hop the wall. It's going to get a run home. That's going to get 2 runs home. And it's a 3-2 ball game now as Manny Machado hits a 2-run double. Scoring Hosmer and Pham ahead of him. 4th double of the year for Manny Machado. Just got that one off not the sweet spot of the bat. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to ride that one out of here. Now it'll bring up Will Myers. He's 0 for 1 today, but we've saw what he's done against the Rockies this year, and now he's the potential go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Grounded out his first time up. His slugging percentage is still up at .453 from all of his time badgering the Rockies this year. Here's the 1-0. That swung on and hit foul down the left field line. Myers is hitting well with runners in scoring position on the year. .385, though it is a small sample. Here comes a 1-1, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. One-two pitch is taken. Strike 3 called. He got him on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Chichi Gonzalez, and it's out number 2 here in the 4th. Myers didn't like the call. Might have been a little bit high, but Chichi gets the benefit of the call there. Here now is Brian Dozier, 0 for 1. First pitch is taken high with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. .1-0 is taken just a bit inside. 2-0 to Dozier is swung on and chopped foul. And that swung on and missed, got him to chase a fastball low and away in the zone. Count evens at 2, and now Chichi Gonzalez a strike away from getting out of this jam. And here it is, swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Tapia camping under it. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. We're through 4 innings. It is now 3-2 Rockies hold on to the lead. They'll have Dahl, Story, and Blackman due up in the 5th. David Dahl leads off here in the 5th inning. It's 3-2 Rockies. And the pitch is taken for a strike. 6 doubles on the year for David Dahl. That ranks 1st on the Rockies. He has overtaken Charlie Blackman for the team lead. There's a check swing and a pitch high and away. Here comes the 1-1 now, and that swung on and hit right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Leadoff single for David Dahl here in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Trevor Story. Story 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Next pitch will be number 75 of the day from Lamet. It swung on and chopped foul. Story strikeout and a flyout. Batting average sitting now at 164. Still trying to get it going. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Breaking ball low in the zone. Quickly 0-2 on Story. Does have a RBI in each of the last 3 games. 0-2 pitch coming now is taken inside of the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. One-two delivery now is a check swinging to pitch outside. Appeal to first base. Story did not go. Count evens at 2. And here comes a 2-2 pitch. That's swung on and ripped fair down the left field line into the corner. Pham over to get it. Dahl on his way to third. He will be held there, and it's a double for Trevor Story. A couple of Rockies in scoring position now for Charlie Blackmon to lead off this 5th inning. 3rd double of the year for Story. And that's going to be all for Dinelson Lamet. To make a pitching change is manager Jace Tingler for the Padres. And a bit of a struggle with command today for Lamet. So he has kept his team in this ball game. It's only 3-2 Rockies, though they are threatening for more. A couple runners on are his responsibility. Cal Quantrill will be the new pitcher for the Padres. He struggled early on. 3 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. You can see righties have hit .500 against him and lefties .286. It's only his 5th game, but that's led to a 10.80 ERA. Charlie Blackmon will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a home run to kick off the scoring in the 1st inning. First pitch here is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Francisco Mejia pointing out to the mound to show his appreciation for Quantrill hitting his spot there. Here's an 0-1, and that swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Going back on it is Pham. He's going to make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Dahl. Tagging and moving up to third is Story, and now it's 4-2 Rockies. RBI sac fly for Charlie Blackmon. His 2nd run batted into the ballgame, and that'll bring up Nolan Arenado. 1 for 2. Hit that big fly to left center field just an inning ago in the 4th inning, so 1 for 2 today for Arenado with the home run. First pitch is taken outside. Trevor Story still on third base there with 1 out. Arenado batting .500 with runners in scoring position in a brief sample this year. The 1-0 pitch is taken low and away with a slider. Rockies offense feeling a bit hitterish today. Quantrill delivers a 2-0, and that's taken down and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. Trying to maintain that batting average above the 300 mark. And that's way high. Ball 4. Runners on the corners with 1 out now for Daniel Murphy. Murphy 1 for 2, singled and scored in this game. And the first pitch misses low. Murphy has scored 6 runs over the past 10 games. He's been all over the base paths. Really hot stretch for Murphy right now. Here's a 1-0, and that's swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Murphy will go for a walk. Think about how he was fooled on that pitch. One delivery now is taken for a strike. Quantrill from the set position. Takes a look over his shoulder, gets ready now, and the pitch is swung on and ripped towards center field. Coming in to make the catch is Lagares. Story tags, and he will score, and now it's 5-2 Rockies. RBI sac fly for Daniel Murphy. Puts another run on the board for the Rockies. They have a 3-run lead now with 2 outs. Arenado still on first base. The batter will be Ryan McMahon. McMahon drew a walk back in the second inning. Quantrill gets ready to deliver his first pitch to McMahon, and it's swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. Myers is going back, and he'll get there to make the catch. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-2 Rockies. Francisco Mejia leads off here in the bottom of the 5th. They have a couple men up in the bullpen for the Rockies. It's double barrel action. The righty Carlos Estevez, the lefty James Pazos, as Chichi Gonzalez is into his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Mejia is taken in the dirt. There's Estevez and Pazos. Pitch count's in pretty good shape for Chichi Gonzalez. Rockies got a few very good starts from their pitchers who started the game in the Arizona series. A ground ball pulled foul. Kyle Freeland went 6 2/3 scoreless innings. Antonio Senzatello went 7 innings, gave up a run. Jeff Hoffman also pitched very well in his start. There's a pitch outside. Jeff Hoffman now back to the bullpen in the long relief role with Kyle Freeland's return. There's a pitch inside, 3 balls and a strike. The pitcher's spot waiting on deck could be Cal Quantrill, could be somebody else. We'll see. Next pitch will be number 69 of the day for Chichi Gonzalez. And it's taken high, ball 4. Leadoff walk to Mejia. Mejia's walked a couple times against Chichi Gonzalez today. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be Greg Garcia to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot where Quantrill was. First pitch is taken for a strike. Garcia hitting .231 in brief action on the year, mostly utilized as a pinch hitter, former St. Louis Cardinal. And that swung on and chopped back to the mound. Chichi goes to second for 1. Return throw by Story is not in time. That'll be the first out of this inning, though. Lineup will turn over for Juan Lagares, who's 0 for 2 in this ball game. 2 fly ball outs for Lagares. First pitch to Lagares is swung on and pulled foul. Lagares out of the Dominican Republic. And 0-1 pitch is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Quickly 0-2 on Lagares. Chichi Gonzalez trying to make quick work of him and send this game to the 6th. That's taken low. Next pitch will be number 75 of the day from Chichi Gonzalez. And that one's taken low and away. Count evens at 2. Chichi might be able to give his manager, Bud Black, a 6th inning. We'll see how the rest of this one goes. That's chopped foul at the plate. Two-two. Swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Going back on this one is Tapia. And he will make the catch in front of the track for out number 2. Garcia will stay put at first base. And that will leave it up to Eric Hosmer here in the bottom of the 5th. Walk and a run scored for him in this ball game. You can see a .963 OPS on the year for Eric Hosmer. He's the last hope for the Padres here in the 5th. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is taken outside with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 9-year career for Hosmer now. Most of his time with the Royals, now with the San Diego Padres on a very long contract. 1-0 coming, and that one's a strike on the outside corner. Chichi from the set position delivers a 1-1, and it's taken for a strike. One-two pitch, swung on and fouled out of play. Hosmer, emergency swing there. Was able to foul it off. Here's a 1-2. That swung on and lifted in the air towards shallow left field. Going out is the shortstop Story. He'll get there, and that'll retire the side. We're through 5 innings. It's 5-2 Rockies. New pitcher for the Padres will be Drew Pomeranz, 10 2/3 innings on the year, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. Signed a 4-year, $34 million deal with the Padres this offseason. Hasn't given up many hits. You can see his ERA is in good shape. Raimel Tapia, 0 for 1 in this game, did draw a walk in the 4th inning. He's 2 for 15 to start the year. Jose Castillo is warming up in the Padres bullpen. We have the 3-batter minimum this year for relievers, or they can pitch to the end of an inning. Pomeranz delivers first pitch low and away. Tapia 1 for 5 in his career against Pomeranz. Rockies are plenty familiar with Drew Pomeranz. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike now on Tapia. One. That's taken for a strike. Pomeranz originally drafted at the 5th overall pick in 2010 by Cleveland. Made his first major league debut with the Rockies back in 2011. Continued to pitch through 2013 with Colorado. So swing and a miss, and Tapia goes down and strikes. That's out number 1. Pomeranz then spent a couple years with the Oakland Athletics. In 2016, started the year with the Padres, then went over to the Red Sox. Stayed with them through 2018. Started the year with the Giants in 2019, then went over to the Brewers. No Dodgers, no D-backs, otherwise 3 NL West teams in the career of Drew Pomeranz. First pitch to Tony Wolters is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Wolters' RBI single in this game, also has a walk. 8 for 21 start to his season. A really good start to the year for Wolters. That swung on to miss quickly, 0-2. 5-game hitting streak on the line for Wolters. Not really on the line. He already continued that now today. 0-2 is taken in the dirt. Really rough start to the year last year for Pomeranz with the Giants. Then he got traded to the Brewers and absolutely turned it on. There's a ground ball chopped up the middle. Second baseman Dozier makes the play, still gets Wolters, even though he's a catcher who runs well. We'll see if Chichi Gonzalez takes the at-bat himself now, with 2 outs here in the 6th. And he will. 0 for 2 on the day for Gonzalez. Strikeout and a groundout, so he'll get a chance to pitch the 7th. First pitch from Pomeranz is taken outside. Again, Pomeranz started the year with the Giants last year, went 2-9 for them, as mostly made 17 starts of his 21 appearances. Then was largely utilized as a reliever for 24 of his 25 games with the Brewers. Ended up striking out over 15 batters per 9 innings with Milwaukee. There's a pitch low and away, so brought that ERA down from 5.68 with San Francisco to 2.39 with Milwaukee. And the Padres are going to use him out of the bullpen this year. 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play by Chichi Gonzalez. Never the greatest of numbers with the Rockies for Drew Pomeranz. Struggled with walks at times. And this 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Rockies. Chichi Gonzalez will get a chance to pitch this bottom of the 6th inning against Tommy Pham. Leads things off. Walk and a run scored in this game. Chichi Gonzalez sitting at 82 pitches. He'll try to get his manager Bud Black through 6 without having to worry about using the bullpen. So Estevez and Pazos warming up in the 5th. First pitch to Tommy Pham is taken for a strike with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Again, a big trade this offseason brought Tommy Pham over from the Rays to the Padres as an effort to improve their lineup here in San Diego. Fouls on off there. It's quickly 0-2 on Pham. Padres looking for some of their new additions to improve their team. Also looking for some health and continued improvements from their young players. Fernando Tatis Jr. missed a lot of last year with an injury. Looking at a starting rotation, members like Chris Paddock and Joey Lucchesi trying to get them to take the next step. Garrett Richards looking for health from him. 1-2 pitch coming to Pham is swung on and grounded foul. And here's a 1-2. That's swung on and chopped foul. Just getting a piece of that one is Pham. That's swung on and fouled out of play. Bit of a late bloomer was Pham. Made his major league debut at the age of 26 back in 2014. There's a swing and a miss. Chichi Gonzalez gets him on strikes. It's the 5th strikeout of the day for Chichi Gonzalez. And that'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. First pitch is taken low. 0 for 2 on the day for Tatis, strikeout and a flyout. Bud Black is out now, and he's going to make a pitching change. That'll be all for Chichi Gonzalez today. Had a really strong start, he did. Carlos Estevez will be the new pitcher, 9 1/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2.89 ERA. 11th start of the year. It was a bit of a struggle in the first series of the year in San Diego for Estevez. Gave up a big 3-run home run. And ever since then, he's been ticking marks off of his ERA. First batter he faces will be Manny Machado, 1 for 2 with a 2-run double in this one. First pitch, 98-mile-an-hour fastball by him for strike 1. A 1 pitch is taken low and away with a slider. Machado 2 runs scored over the span of his last 3 games. That's in there with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2 the count now on Machado. Estevez pitching from the stretch, takes a look over his shoulder, delivers a 1-2 to Machado, and it's swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. First strikeout for Estevez on the first batter he faces. And that'll leave it up to Will Myers. Jairo Diaz and Tyler Kinley are both warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies. Pitch from Estevez is taken high with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-0 the count on Myers. 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a groundout. His numbers really coming down, crashing back down to earth for Myers. After a couple series against the Rockies where he really inflated those numbers, 1-0 pitch is taken down and in. 99-mile-an-hour fastball again from Estevez. Myers' 3rd-round pick back in the 2009 draft by the Kansas City Royals, then some time in the Rays organization, then traded over here with the Padres. Padres and Rays enjoy being trading partners. This 2-0 is taken low, 3 balls, no strikes. Another team in Florida who doesn't like trading as much with the Padres is the Miami Marlins, especially after that trade you might remember from the 2016 season where Colin Ray and Luis Castillo were traded over to Miami, but then given back after it was revealed that A.J. Preller, GM for the Padres, was not honest about the elbow injury that Ray was dealing with. So they'll think twice about dealing with the Padres or the Marlins. Maybe everybody will think twice about it. Strike 3 call. Myers goes down by way of the K, and they'll retire their side. Estevez strikes out the 2 batters he faces. And we go to the 7th, 5-2 Rockies. David Dahl will lead off here in the 7th inning, 1 for 2 on the day. Singled and scored as he continues to try to get those slash line numbers to climb back on up. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch from Pomeranz is taken inside. Pomeranz out for his 2nd inning of work. That 1-0 is taken outside. 2-0 now on Dahl. And that swung on and lifted in the air towards center field. Going back as Lagares. He's not going to get it. It's going to go down and hop off the wall. The left fielder Pham will play it out there in deep center field. Dahl will take a wide turn, but he'll be content with a leadoff double here in the 7th. 7th double of the year for Dahl now, his 2nd of the day. Lots of doubles power for Dahl, even if we haven't seen the home runs quite yet. He leads the team in doubles with 7 now, extending that lead over Charlie Blackmon. Trevor Story will be the batter. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Had a double his last time up, hoping to get things going as well. First pitch is taken for a strike. Also scored a run, did Story. The Rockies are looking to continue scoring today and potentially breeze by the Padres. Ground ball hit towards short. Tatis throws to first, and that is out number 1. Dahl stays put at second base. I'll bring up Charlie Blackmon now. Let's take a look back at the first inning when Charlie Blackmon opened up the scoring for the Rockies today. Gave them a 1-0 lead with a 2-out solo home run to deep right field. We have not seen the Rockies hit for a whole lot of power here at Petco Park over the years. First pitch from Pomeranz is taken low. Blackmon and Dahl, both lefties, facing Pomeranz, both hit lefties well. Doesn't matter who you run out there against most of this Rockies offense. There's a swing and a line drive pulled foul by Blackmon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackmon, who is struggling a little bit coming into this one, hopefully something to build off of for him today. That's a check swing, pitch low. Blackmon did not go. 2-1 the count. Predictable fastball count now, hitter's count. Against Pomeranz for Blackmon. As Pomeranz feels he might be getting a little squeezed here. Here's a 2-1, and that swung on and pulled foul. Two-two pitch will be the next one. Pomeranz from the set position takes a look over at Dahl at second base, gets ready to deliver to Blackmon, and it swung on and pulled foul. Blackmon seeing Pomeranz well in this at-bat. And the 2-2 pitch is just a bit outside. Full count now with Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. At his team leading 6th home run of the year earlier in this ballgame. And a 3-2 to Blackmon is low, ball 4. He walked him. A couple runners on now for Nolan Arenado. Here's Nolan Arenado, 1 for 2. That solo home run came in the 4th inning for him. Pomeranz, brief look over at second base. Pitch to Arenado is swung on and driven to left. And he has done it again. Big fly for Nolan Arenado. A 3-run home run. And we have tacos, folks. 7th home run of the year for Arenado. He's putting on a clinic here in this first game of the series in San Diego. 8-2 Rockies lead. Couple of absolute blasts off the bat of Arenado today. That one not quite as far as the previous, 443 feet. Exit velocity of 111.5 miles per hour, and that's going to lead to a pitching change. Arenado chases Pomeranz from this game, and Luis Perdomo will be the new pitcher for the Friars. 9 2/3 innings, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Good ERA through his first 10 games of the season. It's at 279, 214 batting average against righties, 227 against lefties. The first batter he will face is Daniel Murphy, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is taken outside with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This 1-0 is swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. That ball is going to get down and go to the corner. Murphy on his way to second. Throw by Myers is not in time. 1-out double for Daniel Murphy keeps the line moving. That's the 6th double of the year for Murphy. Another multi-hit game for Daniel Murphy. And that will bring up Ryan McMahon, as the Rockies' offense is showing out today. McMahon 0 for 2 does have a walk in this ball game. First pitch from Perdomo is swung on and fouled out of play. So Arenado, McMahon, and Murphy, the 3 members of the Rockies to get the starts in every game of the season so far, with Desmond being the latest to get a day off today. 0-1 pitch coming to McMahon. That swung on and pulled towards the first baseman. Hosmer takes it himself. Murphy will advance over to third. He's there with 2 outs. And that will bring up Raimel Tapia. Drew a walk in the 4th inning, 2 for 16 now on the year, to start the season of 2020 for Raimel Tapia. Starting in left field today, in the second game of the series in Arizona, started in right field to give Charlie Blackmon a breather. And that pitch is taken for a strike with a splitter from Perdomo. Oh-1 is way outside with a 95-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. 1-1 strike on Tapia. And this next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. 8-2 Rockies here in the 7th. Couple home runs today for Nolan Arenado. And that one swung on and grounded towards second base. Dozier will throw to first, and that'll retire the side. It is 8-2 Rockies. Nolan Arenado hits his second home run of the day, a 3-run blast to left field. Wade Davis and James Pazos are up in the Rockies' bullpen. Carlos Estevez will still be out there to start off the 7th inning. He'll face Brian Dozier. 0 for 2 has put the ball in the air twice for outs today. Estevez, first pitch is taken high. He struck out the 2 batters he faced in the 6th inning. There's Wade Davis on the left and the righty on the left, and James Pazos, the lefty, on the right. Viewer perspective. Wade Davis going to be taking a break from the closer role for the time being. And pitch to Dozier is taken outside of the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 5-2 Giants beat the Reds today. Hunter Pence hit a couple home runs. There's a pitch high, and it's 3-0 now on Dozier, with Francisco Mejia waiting on deck. That one's a strike on the outside corner of the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Puts the count at 3-1 on Brian Dozier. This 3-1 is swung on and lifted towards center field. Going back on it is Dahl. He'll get there to make the catch, and that's out number 1. 3 flyouts from Brian Dozier today. Just died out there in center field into the glove of Dahl. Francisco Mejia will be the batter. He has drawn a couple walks in this ball game. Catcher for the Padres, primary catcher this year. Austin Hedges, a very excellent defender, being relegated to the backup role. Esteves' first pitch to Mejia is taken for a strike with a slider. All Rockies today. 8-2 they lead it here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. 0-1 pitch from Esteves to Mejia is taken high and away. 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Esteves lighting up the radar gun. Here's a 1-1. That's swung on and lifted in the air towards deep right field, way back and gone. Mejia hits another home run against the Rockies this year. His 4th of the season, 3rd against the Rockies. And that's going to make it 8-3 Rockies now. So Esteves gives a run back. Mejia with the home run. 439 feet estimated distance, 107.2 mile per hour exit velocity for Mejia. It was about the same location where Blackman hit his home run back in the first inning. Josh Naylor's going to pinch hit now in the pitcher's spot. First pitch from Esteves is taken for a strike in the outside corner. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 240 average on the year for Naylor. Has a run batted in. Mostly pinch hitting duties for him. We saw him get a start in that first series of the year. Gave Eric Hosmer a day off at one point. 0-1 pitch is taken just a bit outside with a changeup. Wolters tried to frame it, did not get the call. And here's a 1-1 delivery. That one's taken low and away with a slider. Hitters count now for Josh Naylor as Esteves tries to get at least one more out here in the 7th. Two-1 delivery is taken low and away. 3 balls into strike now. Juan Lagares is waiting on deck. Esteves into his motion. The windup and the 3-1 pitch is taken for a strike with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Full count now on Naylor. Lagares is waiting on deck. And that swung on and drilled to right. And that ball is gone. Josh Naylor, the pinch hitter, goes back-to-back with Francisco Mejia. That's Naylor's first home run of the season. Back-to-back jacks off of Carlos Esteves. Now it's an 8-4 Rockies lead. 2 no-doubters back-to-back off of Esteves. That one 413 feet, 105.3 mile per hour exit velocity. Eight 4 Rockies now, and Bud Black's out to make a pitching change. It's going to be a double switch. As perhaps Esteves faced one too many batters. It'll be Wade Davis. 7 2/3 innings on the year, 6 strikeouts and a walk. And Chris Owings is going to take over for Raimel Tapia in left field. Davis's ERA up over 9.50. First pitch is taken for a strike to Juan Lagares, 0 for 3 in this game. What should be a fairly safe lead to work with here in the 7th for Davis, 8-4. Rockies lead it. Scott Oberg expected to get most of the closing save opportunities for the time being while Davis continues to work things out here in middle relief. There's a pitch high, 1 ball, 1 strike on Lagares. So now in the 7th spot of the order is the pitcher spot, and the number 9 spot in the order will be Chris Owings, who's playing left field now. Raimel Tapia's day is done. 1-1 pitch is taken low with a curveball, 2-1 the count on Juan Lagares, who is 0 for 3 on the day. 2-1 pitch coming from Davis is way inside, and that hit Lagares. It's going to be a 1-out base runner for the Padres. Seen a little bit of trouble with hit by pitches for Davis in the past, at least on this road trip we have. That will bring up Eric Hosmer, Jake McGee, and James Pazos, a couple of lefties warming up in the Rockies bullpen. Oh for 2 on the day for Hosmer. Runner on base on first base with 1 out for Davis here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And first pitch is swung on and missed, 93-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Hosmer is 2 for 9 in his career off Wade Davis, was a teammate of his for a long time with the Royals. Here's an 0-1. That's taken just a bit inside of the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Runner on first base, that's Lagares, who got hit by that pitch, 1 out, and a 1-1 count on Hosmer. Davis gets ready to deliver, and the pitch is swung on and pulled foul. 1-2 the count on Eric Hosmer. Rockies have largely handled him aside from that walk today, but Hosmer off to a really good start this season. 1-2 pitch from Davis is taken inside, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2 count now, and that's swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2, first strikeout of the day, and the first out for Davis here in the 7th. That'll leave it up to Tommy Pham for the Padres. Pham 0 for 2 in this ball game. 10th pitch of the day coming from Davis, and here it is. That's down and in with a curveball. 1-0. Walk and a run scored for Pham in this ball game. Davis now at 10 pitches. He tries to navigate the 7th. Davis into his motion. The pitch is taken outside of the breaking ball. 2-0 the count. Now a 2-0, that's in there for a strike with a cut fastball that time. It's a hitter's count now on Pham. Davis from the stretch position takes a brief look over his shoulder where Lagares is at first base. Now into his motion, and the pitch is swung on and line diving stop by Arenado, but it's off his glove and he's not going to have a play. That's going to be an infield single. But a couple runners on now. Tommy Pham with the infield single, and then the hit by pitch Lagares in front of him. Jairo Diaz is now warming up in the Rockies bullpen along with James Pazos as Jake McGee has sat down. First pitch to Fernando Tatis Jr. is taken just a bit outside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Davis. 1 for 3 in this ballgame for Tatis. Got a base hit in the 6th inning. He's worked his batting average up to .241. It was a bit of a struggle to start the year for Tatis. Looking a little better now. 1-0 pitch is way inside. 2-0. Tatis batting .187 on the year with runners in scoring position, a very small sample. Davis looks in, gets the sign he likes from Wolters. Takes a look over at second base, and now he delivers a 2-0. That swung on and missed. Cut fastball for strike 1. Hitters count now for Tatis. To his motion, the 2-1 pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field, a base hit. Lagares is going to be waved around third, and he will score to make it an 8-5 ball game. RBI single for Fernando Tatis Jr. gets the Padres just a little bit closer. And that will bring up Manny Machado. Already has a couple runs batted in today's ball game. And we're going to have a pitching change. It'll be James Pazos to come in. 8 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts, 5 walks, one too many walks, but his ERA sits at 2.08. This is the 8th game of the year for Pazos. 190 average against lefties, 273 average against righties, so he has pitched fairly well. 1-0 his record in relief. Manny Machado 1 for 3 with a 2-run double, and right now it's Jairo Diaz and Tyler Kinley and the Rockies bullpen. The Padres were trailing by 6 runs, now have worked it back to an 8-5 ball game. 2 outs here for James Pazos, who will try to get Manny Machado for the final out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is taken outside with a slider. Pham is on second base. Tatis on first. 1-0 to Machado is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pazos into his motion. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Couple home runs for Nolan Arenado today. Charlie Blackmon also a home run for the Rockies. Pazos gets ready to deliver a 1-2 pitch to Machado, and it's swung on and chopped weakly back to the mound. Pazos has to turn around and throw, and he'll still get Machado in time, and that'll retire the side. Padres push across a few runs here in the 7th, but we go to the 8th now. It is 8-5 Rockies. We are back now, and manager Bud Black talking it over with his pitching coach Steve Foster, who, well, Chichi Gonzalez pitched well today, but they've had a rough go of it getting the bullpen to string together outs. Jose Castillo, the new pitcher for the Padres, 4.70 ERA on the year, 7 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Tony Wolters 1 for 2 RBI single in this ballgame, also has a walk. Lefty on lefty matchup. Jose Castillo's first pitch is swung on and chopped foul. And now an 0-1. That's swung on and grounded toward short. Tatis up with the ball, throws to first for out number 1. Chris Owings will be the batter. He'll get his first plate appearance of the day. Came in on a double switch when Estevez came into the ballgame. Owings 250 on the year. Got a start in that series in Arizona. Got to play in every game of that series. First pitch, swing and a miss at a slider. Mentioned Castillo earlier as part of the trade to the Marlins involved with that Colin Ray deal, then returned after Ray's medicals showed some problems that A.J. Preller did not reveal initially to the Marlins. There's a pitch low, and 1 ball and 1 strike. 12,667 in attendance here in San Diego. A lot of folks electing to do other things in San Diego on this Tuesday. Plenty to do in the beautiful city with beautiful weather. There's a pitch in the dirt. 2-1 the count now on Owings, a fastball count for him. And the pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. Myers will get there to make the catch for out number 2. 8-5 Rockies. Padres have been battling back. At one point, they trailed by 6 runs. David Dahl will be the batter. He's had a good day at the plate. 2 for 3 double, single, a couple of runs scored. First pitch from Castillo is swung on and missed. Dahl looking for a fastball, got a slider. Way out ahead of that one. Here's an 0-1 now, and that's taken just a bit low. Got a fastball that time and laid off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo into his motion, the windup, and the 1-1 pitch is inside. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that time. This 2-1 pitch is swung on and pulled foul. That's a swing and a miss. Dahl chases a pitch out of the zone, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 8-5. Rockies trying to hold on. Will Myers leads off the bottom of the 8th. James Pazos still on the hill. 8-5 Rockies. First pitch is taken for a strike. Myers 0 for 3 on the day, a rare day where he has been held hitless against the Colorado Rockies. 0-1 pitch from Pazos is taken low. Scott Oberg, the closer, and Tyler Kinley warming up in the Rockies bullpen. The time being, Oberg is the closer. Just nothing is set in stone on any long-term plans, but Davis is getting a break for the time being. Swinging a foul out of play by Myers. Trying to think of a situation where Kinley would come in. Perhaps it's to get the last batter or two of this one, or perhaps if the Rockies were to score more in the 9th, he would get the 9th inning instead of Oberg. We shall see. 1-2 pitch is swung on and chopped foul. Here's a 1-2. That's taken outside. Pazos will elect to get a new baseball, and he will receive one, hopefully more to his liking. Pazos, former member of the Seattle Mariners bullpen, just a couple seasons ago had quite a good year for them, ERA under 3. Most of the year spent with AAA Albuquerque in 2019, got a brief call-up in September, pitched well for the Rockies, then started the year in Albuquerque this year, but got called up actually before games got underway in AAA. There's a swing and a miss by Myers. That's out number 1. Myers 0 for 4 against the Rockies today. And that'll bring up Brian Dozier. 0 for 3 in this ballgame. 3 flyouts for him. First pitch from Pazos is swung on and hit in the air towards right field. Going back on it is Blackman. It's going to be over his head and off the wall. Dozier into second base with a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 8th. First double as a San Diego Padre for Brian Dozier. And that'll bring up Francisco Mejia. He has a home run in this ballgame. He's been on base every time, also a couple walks. As he's really off to a good start for San Diego this year. He's got 4 home runs on the year. 3 have come against the Rockies. 2 in that opening day series here in San Diego. Pazos takes a look at second base and delivers a swing and a line drive towards center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Runner will be waved around third. Throw to the plate is not in time. Dozier scores on an RBI single for Francisco Mejia. Now it's an 8-6 ball game, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate for the Padres. They trailed it by 6 runs at one point in this game, but they have battled right back. We're going to have a pinch hitter now as the pitcher spot comes to the plate. It's Jurickson Profar. Hitting very well, .556, but mostly as that pinch hit role. But very good as a pinch hitter, swinging a foul out of play. It's quickly 0-1. Profar has a home run, a couple runs batted in, a 1,600 OPS in that very small sample of work. And that pitch misses low and away. It was looking like all things all Rockies just a couple innings ago, but the Padres' offense has not gone quietly. Pazos takes a look at first base, and his 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled the other way. 1-2 now on Profar. Former top prospect in baseball was Profar in the Rangers organization, then with the A's, then traded this offseason to San Diego. Pitch outside, count evens at 2. So certainly looking like it will be a save situation now for Oberg in the 9th if the Rockies can get the lead there. There's a swing and a line drive. Foul down the left field line. Just foul. Here's a 2-2 pitch coming from Pazos, and it's inside and high. The count goes full with Juan Lagares waiting on deck. Rockies trying to string together some outs here out of the bullpen after a solid start from Chichi Gonzalez. That one's outside, ball 4. Now the tying run is on base. Go-ahead run will step to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th against Pazos for the Padres. As Profar pinch hits and draws a walk. Becoming a bit of a nail-biter here in San Diego. We're going to have a pitching change. It's Jairo Diaz to come in. 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He's got a 1.50 ERA. Very good start to the year for Jairo Diaz. 8th game of the season here now. Righties and lefties both hitting 200 against him, and he will face Juan Lagares as the lineup turns over now for San Diego. Diaz has come into some big spots and gotten out of some big jams early on this year. Lagares 0 for 3. First pitch from Diaz is swung on and lined towards right center field. That's going to get in there for a base hit. That's going to get a run home, and it's an 8-7 ball game. Throw to third is not in time. Profar is in there. Mejia scores, and it's a 1-run ball game. Tying run now on third base with only 1 out. Go-ahead run on first. This is quite a situation the Rockies have found themselves in. Just a couple innings ago, trailed by 6 runs. Now Padres have battled back. Eric Hosmer 0 for 3 in this one. This is starting to look like one of those games the Rockies played against the Padres at Coors Field last season. A very rough series with tons of runs scored. First pitch to Hosmer is swung on and chopped towards first base. Murphy's going to go to second, and the throw is high. A run will score, and this game is tied at 8, and they don't get a single out. And Tommy Pham will be the batter. 8-8 ball game. It was 8-2 Rockies. 1 for 3 single and a run scored in this ball game for Pham. First pitch from Diaz is swung on and missed with a slider. Rockies will look to answer back in the 9th now, as an 8-2 lead has become an 8-8 ball game. Trying to keep it there is Diaz. The pitch is swung on and lined into right field, a base hit. And that's going to get a run home. Padres take a 9-8 lead. They were down by 6 runs, have scored 7 unanswered runs to take a lead in this ballgame. RBI single for Tommy Pham. 9-8 Padres here in the 8th. Couple runners on now. Batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. First pitch inside with a slider. 2 for 4, a couple base hits in the game today for Tatis. Batting average up to .254 now. Has a run batted in on the day as well. 1-0 pitch is taken outside, 2-0. Diaz into his motion, looks over his shoulder, delivers a 2-0 pitch, and it's high, 3 balls and no strikes. Manny Machado is waiting on deck. He's got a couple runs batted in this ball game. 9-8 Padres. It was 8-2 Rockies. The 3-0 is taken for a strike with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The bullpen has really struggled to get it together here. 3-1 pitch is strike on the inside corner. Count goes full now. And that swung on and grounded to first base. Murphy goes to second for 1, back to first, and that is a double play. And that will get the Rockies out of the 8th inning, but the Padres push across 7 runs and take the lead 9-8. It'll be Story, Blackman, and Arenado to try and tie this game at least in the 9th. Kirby Yates, best reliever in baseball last year. This year he's off to a bit of a rough start from an ERA standpoint. 6.35 ERA, though. He has 10 strikeouts and no walks in 5 2/3 innings of work. It's a save situation for him now. He'll face the best hitters in the Rockies lineup, though. It's Story, Blackman, and Arenado due up. Story 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored in this one. It was 8-2 Rockies just a couple innings ago. Rockies will try to tie this game at least first pitch inside. Story does have good numbers against Yates, and not many do. It's a 3 for 6 batting average and a small sample for Story against Yates. The 1-0 pitch is taken low, 2-0. Really wild game here in San Diego. Two-0 delivery coming. That one swung on and grounded foul. Hitters count now for Trevor Story. Yates into his motion. The windup in the 2-1 pitch is swung on and chopped weakly back to the mound. Yates will throw to first and just does get Story for out number 1. And that'll bring up Charlie Blackman. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Hit a home run back in the first inning. Nine 8 Padres here in the 9th. Yates gets ready to deliver. Into his motion, the windup, and the first pitch to Blackman is swung on and missed. Blackman 3 for 8 with a home run in his career against Yates, so the Rockies have been a team, at least the heart of their order has hit Yates well, and not many teams can say that. So that gives them some hope here in the 9th. Yates, very methodical worker. 0-1 pitch coming to Blackman. And it swung on and grounded up the middle into left field, a base hit. That will put the tying run on base for the Rockies. Go-ahead run will step to the plate in Nolan Arenado. He's already got 2 home runs today. This is exactly who you want at the plate in this situation. Pinch runner for Charlie Blackman. Garrett Hampson will pinch run at first base. We'll see if they put him in motion or if they elect to just allow Arenado to hit here. We'll look back at the 7th inning when Arenado hit a 3-run blast, his second home run of the ball game. Real nail-biter here for the Rockies in their first game in San Diego. Chichi Gonzalez had a solid start for the Rockies. Bullpen struggled. Wade Davis, James Pazos, and Jairo Diaz. And Carlos Estevez. Yates delivers his first pitch to Arenado, and it's in there for a strike. Arenado has really struggled in his career against Yates. 1 for 13 with 6 strikeouts. Try to get that second hit in his career off Yates here. First pitch, next pitch I should say, is grounded foul. Quickly 0-2 on Arenado. Blackman on first base. 9-8 Padres here in the 9th. It was 8-2 Rockies. And a 7-run 8th inning for the Padres put them up. 0-2 to Arenado is taken down and in. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2. Rockies down to their final out now. Arenado asks the home plate umpire if he swung at a pitch in the zone, and he did not. Daniel Murphy, he's on a very good hitting stretch right now, so he represents the last chance for the Rockies. Blackman on first base, 2 outs, 9-8. Padres, they were down by 6 runs. 2 for 3 on the day for Murphy. First pitch from Yates is taken for a strike. Murphy double single RBI on the day. A 1 pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner now. Murphy down to his final strike, and so are the Rockies. Led by 6 runs in the 7th. Now down by a run here in the 9th. 0-2 pitch coming to Murphy. Outside ball 1. Blackman on base. He is the potential tying run on base. Murphy the potential go-ahead run. Yates is a tough one, though, even though he struggled a little bit out of the gate to start 2020. He's one of, if not the best closer in baseball right now. 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Murphy stays alive. Yates takes a peek over his shoulder at first base, now gets ready to deliver a 1-2 to Murphy. That's inside, count evens at 2 with a slider that time. Stressful pitches here in the 9th inning from Yates to Murphy. Murphy seeing the ball better than anybody in this Rockies lineup right now, save for Nolan Arenado perhaps. Murphy on quite a stretch. Throw to first base to drive back Hampson. Now holding the glove around his chest area, now up around the head. Gets ready to deliver a 2-2 pitch, does Yates. Into his motion, and here it comes. That's strike 3 called on the outside corner. And what a brutal loss for the Rockies today. In the 7th inning, they were up 8-2 in this ballgame, looking to cruise to a win. What a start to this series. Chichi Gonzalez had a solid start for the Rockies today, but really a collective effort by the bullpen. Estevez, Diaz, Davis, and Pazos really struggling. Player of the game is going to go to Francisco Mejia. He had a home run and a single and 2 walks. He was on base all times today. Win goes to Jose Castillo. An inning, a strikeout. Jairo Diaz gets the loss 2/3 of an innings, gives up 2 hits and 1 earned run. Kirby Yates gets the save, strikes out 2, allows a hit in his inning of work. Nolan Arenado has 4 runs batted in. He hits 2 home runs today. David Dahl goes 2 for 4 with a double. Daniel Murphy 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Charlie Blackmon 2 for 3 with a home run. Josh Naylor hits a pinch hit home run to go back-to-back with Francisco Mejia off of Estevez. Brian Dozier has a double in this game. Quite a rough game for the Rockies, who now fall back to the 500 mark, and Padres extend their lead in the NL West. Rockies will try and do it again tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in.